it's now 18 years ago that I was excited about starting a new school called New Road School. The head of the school would have to be somebody who was bright, intellectual, liked kids of all different backgrounds, and could have fun with students as well as being a wonderful role model for them. And I just kept thinking, David. David can do all of those things. 18 years later, New Roads is this wonderful place that combines academic rigor and challenge with this wonderful sort of goofy, happy quality that leads kids to wake up in the morning and look forward to going to school. And that, you have to say that a whole lot of that is due to David Bryan.
I first met David when I came to New Roads for an interview, and I walked in the room and started talking to him and came full of life and felt huge joy and got very excited about the world and what's possible.
My first impression of David was that he was super cool. I just sort of couldn't believe this guy would be working at a school because he was so hip, not what you think of for a head of school or a principal.
My first impression of David was that he looked like a preppy.
Yeah, he spoke at the picnic at the beginning of the year, and he was wearing a blue blazer and khakis and penny loafers, and he sounded like a great guy, and then I looked closer, and he had this earring, so we started to get a different impression of him.
And then as we got to know him, we realized he's just a hippie with short hair.
You know, he struck me as kind of who he is now, zany, creative. He seemed incredibly adventurous.
David impressed me as a very smart man who was educated. He wanted those who didn't have the opportunity to be able to attain quality learning.
My first impression of David when I met him was that he was open, honest, a lot of fun, super smart.
I think his grin, his smile kind of says it all. You know, I mean, he's just so alive and he's so passionate about what he does.
He's created somewhat of a family outside of your natural home because he's so committed to what he does. And it's a great feeling, and it's a feeling of community.
The thing I'm most appreciative of is how he has mentored my son.
I love the fact that his door is always open to all of us, and that I can ask him anything.
I admire David's passion and commitment for his work and the creation of the community that we share today.
I admire his commitment, both to New Roads and to the Spectrum program, which was initially why I came to New Roads. One
of the things I admire about David is his ability to kind of roll with it. He seems to be able to take things in stride. He has a very stressful job, but he has a good sense of humor, which I think goes a long way.
His way of bringing humor into the darkest of situations and to remind us just not to take ourselves so seriously.
I admire his patience, his flexibility, his leadership ability. Now that I've been away from him for a year and could recognize just how spot on he is with his decision making.
I don't think I've ever been so comfortable with somebody who was willing to always make the hard decisions.
I found David, he comes right to the point. He tells you how he thinks and how he feels, and this is it, and you know exactly where you stand with him, and he doesn't beat around the bush.
I think what I admire most about David is the amount of integrity that he has and how much he loves and respects children to the nth degree.
Well, he not only operates with integrity, but he inspires integrity amongst his student body.
I would say David is compassionate. He is committed not just to the school, but to those of us that work with him.
David Bryan is skinny. He's sweet and he's charming.
David Bryan's cool.
David is really cool. David is groovy. David is smart.
David is wise.
He's very energetic. He just seems to constantly have energy at not just during the day, but in the evenings when he's been going all day.
Compassion, love, understanding. So David has always been that for us. And we love the fact that we took the chance and we went on the venture with him.
I am just so grateful that David took a good idea and made it into an extraordinary reality. And so his influence is on the school is forever. I mean, he has given the school a personality that if we have another 10 headmasters at New Roads in the next 100 years, I don't think that the legacy of David Bryan will ever be erased.
The school is saturated with him. I don't think there's a piece of building or pedagogy that isn't riddled with his person and his vision. But I think he knows it's time for what he's brought and what he's done to now go to new places, the new roads that come after the new roads.
All I have is my love for you, and I'm glad that you love me too. All I have is my love for you. Every day it keeps me feeling new. All I have, it feels so good to really love someone. All I have.
I do know that whatever David does, he will succeed at, and my guess is that he'll stay in and around education in some way, because he's an educator.
You are a total rock star, David, and I know whatever you're going to do is going to be amazing, whatever your next chapter is.
I think David should do whatever David wants to do next. I think he can hug a tree, he can come out with a line of clothing made completely of burlap.
I know for a fact that he will probably be running a water slide park in the very near future. He has a deep connection and love for water slides.
My advice to you, David, being the current board chair, is as you're doing all the things you're doing, figure out a way to make a lot of money so you can donate it all back to the school.
David, maybe you should work on trying to sleep in until 5, maybe 6. Maybe get some sleep.
What I want you to do, and what I think would be great for you right now, is to relax. You should get on a bike, you should hike, you should climb, you should meditate.
My advice for you in your new career is what you gave me. You said to me, be where you feel most alive. So seek and be where you feel most alive.
I'm so sorry that you're leaving. I'm happy for you, and I'm gonna miss you, but I guess I feel safe and strong because I think you've built such a great place.
David Bryan, I love you with all my heart, and I'm so sad to see you go, but I'm so happy for you at the same time, and I know you're gonna do wonderful things.
Thank you so much, David, for creating New Roads School. I've gone here since I was in kindergarten, and I want to say how much I love this school and getting to know you.
Thank you, David Bryan, for building such a fabulous school.
Good luck, bon chance. After all, I am in Canada. It's a bilingual country. And to you and Shell, enjoy the rest of it immensely.
Thank you so much for being part of our lives. As it is, I'm getting emotional. But anyway, I know you're gonna be doing great things and go new roads and new ways in your life. We wish you the best, and really, we love you.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I've grown to love New Roads, and I think that is because of David Bryan.
My personal message to David, besides our friendship, is just thank you, man, for creating such a great school.